Nearly half of seniors over 60 have little or nothing saved for retirement, and if that sounds familiar, you're not alone. It can feel overwhelming, even terrifying, when you realize there's not much left to fall back on. But here's the truth, it's not too late to take control of your financial future. No matter where you're starting from, there are ways to build security, regain peace of mind, and set yourself on the path to a more dignified retirement. This video will walk you through 12 smart, practical recommendations that seniors just like you are using to rebuild their financial independence, even if you're starting at ground zero. From boosting your income to cutting unnecessary costs, these steps are simple, actionable, and, most importantly, doable. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll be equipped with the tools and mindset to take charge of your retirement. Hit like and subscribe for more senior-focused money wisdom that empowers you to start right where you are. Meet Ezekiel Rowan, a 62-year-old retired bus driver from Ohio. For over 30 years, he dedicated his life to serving his community, picking up and dropping off children, professionals, and everyone in between. He worked long hours, day in and day out, believing that as long as he kept his head down and kept working, things would work out. But as he entered his 60s, the reality set in. There was no retirement fund, no nest egg, and the future felt more uncertain than ever. Ezekiel's nights were filled with anxious thoughts. He lay awake, wondering how long he could keep working or whether he'd be able to pay for his medications, his home, or even the simple comforts of life. The fear was real. What if he became a burden to his children? What if they had to step in to help him financially when they were barely making it themselves? He had never worried about money in his younger years, but now, facing the future, it was all he could think about. Ezekiel's story isn't unique. Many seniors across the country find themselves in similar situations. But what sets Ezekiel apart is his willingness to change, to take control and rewrite his story. His journey is proof that no matter how bleak things may seem, it's never too late to take action. Through each recommendation we'll explore, you'll see how Ezekiel transformed his fears into a roadmap for financial freedom and peace of mind. What started as a story of uncertainty and dread is now one of hope and empowerment. Ezekiel's path isn't about perfection, it's about taking simple, smart steps that can lead to lasting change. If you're in a similar situation, or if you've ever found yourself questioning whether it's too late to start saving, Ezekiel's story is here to show you that with the right steps, you can take charge of your future, no matter your starting point. Recommendation 1. Explore flexible work opportunities. For many seniors, the idea of continuing to work after retirement can seem daunting. But the truth is, flexible work opportunities can be a game changer, providing extra income, a sense of purpose, and a connection to the community. Ezekiel learned this firsthand when he decided to take on part-time school driving. At first, it was just a way to cover some bills, but what he found was much more than just extra cash. He rediscovered his love for being around people, the satisfaction of helping out in his community, and the pride of contributing again. Ezekiel's job driving kids to school brought in an extra paycheck, but more importantly, it helped him feel connected to something larger than himself. The rhythm of his days, the smiles of the children, the appreciation from parents, it all became a reminder that life after 60 doesn't have to be about slowing down. In fact, it can be about finding new ways to engage, grow, and thrive. Part-time or flexible roles, like consulting, tutoring, or seasonal jobs, are perfect for seniors because they offer the freedom to work on your own terms. The key is finding something that aligns with your interests, skills, and schedule. Whether it's working as a substitute teacher, offering online tutoring, doing freelance writing, or driving for a rideshare service, these jobs can provide financial stability and a deeper sense of fulfillment. Ezekiel's story proves that you're never too old to start something new. These flexible roles don't just help fill a financial gap, they can help fill the emotional gap that comes with feeling disconnected or uncertain about the future. By taking on work that matches your lifestyle, you can continue to contribute, stay mentally and physically active, and boost your sense of confidence. So, ask yourself, would you consider flexible work at 60 plus? What opportunities are out there that excite you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Whether it's part-time work or a hobby you can turn into a side hustle, there are endless possibilities for you to explore. It's never too late to take the next step toward financial independence and personal fulfillment. Recommendation 2. Leverage your lifetime skills. Over the years, you've developed a wealth of skills and experiences that don't just disappear when you retire. They can be the foundation of a second career or side hustle. Whether it's a hobby you've mastered, a trade you've worked in, or just the life lessons you've learned along the way, these skills can be transformed into a valuable service. Ezekiel discovered this when he decided to turn his years of driving experience into a weekend driving lesson business. What started as a small idea turned into a thriving side job that not only brought in extra income but also allowed him to continue sharing his knowledge and giving back to the community. Ezekiel realized that people of all ages, including young adults preparing for their driver's tests, were in need of guidance, especially in a world that is becoming increasingly reliant on drivers with specific skills. By offering personalized lessons, Ezekiel was able to use a skill he had honed over decades, turning it into a profitable service that was flexible around his schedule. Your skills don't have to be limited to what's directly related to your previous career. Love crafting, photography, gardening, or cooking. Those can be turned into profitable endeavors as well. Whether it's tutoring, coaching, pet sitting, or offering handyman services, there are countless ways to monetize the knowledge you've already gained. You've spent years building expertise, and now it's time to reap the benefits. The best part? Many of these services can be offered on your own terms, making it easy to balance with your lifestyle. Not only will you feel more financially secure, but the satisfaction of knowing that you're still making a difference will enhance your sense of purpose and accomplishment. Think about it. What skills do you have that could be used to help others and create income? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Whether it's teaching, mentoring, or something more unique, you'll find that the skills you've acquired throughout life are more valuable than you might think. It's never too late to turn them into something meaningful. Recommendation 3. Optimize Social Security benefits. For many seniors, Social Security is a lifeline that provides the bulk of their retirement income. But did you know there are strategies to maximize those benefits and make them work harder for you? The key is understanding the options available to you. And that's exactly what Ezekiel did when he consulted a financial advisor about his Social Security benefits. What he discovered was a game changer. By delaying his benefits for just a few more years, he could significantly increase the amount he would receive monthly. Ezekiel initially planned to start collecting his benefits as soon as he reached 62, but after speaking with his advisor, he learned that waiting until his full retirement age, or even beyond, could result in a larger check each month. By delaying, his monthly payment would increase by a percentage each year, and this could make a huge difference in the long term, especially if he expected to live for many more years. This small change in timing was one of the best financial decisions he could make. Beyond delaying benefits, there are other ways to increase your Social Security income, especially for married couples. For example, one spouse can choose to file for benefits while the other delays, allowing the delayed spouse's benefits to grow at a higher rate. This can give both spouses a more substantial income over time. Additionally, a surviving spouse may be able to claim the larger of the two benefits after the other passes. These options can be tricky to navigate, but with the right advice and planning, they can significantly increase your financial security. Understanding the ins and outs of Social Security benefits can feel overwhelming, but it's worth the effort. The extra income from optimizing your Social Security can relieve a lot of financial stress and ensure that your retirement is as comfortable as possible. Ezekiel's decision to consult an advisor not only increased his payments but gave him peace of mind knowing he was making the most of what he was entitled to. So, have you considered delaying your Social Security benefits? Or perhaps you're exploring options with a spouse? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. It's never too late to take control of your benefits and ensure you're maximizing your income in retirement. Recommendation 4. Downsize with dignity. When retirement hits, many seniors are faced with the decision of whether to stay in their large family homes or downsize to something more manageable. The idea of leaving behind a home filled with memories can feel overwhelming, but the truth is, downsizing doesn't mean you're giving up anything. It's about choosing a life with more freedom and fewer worries. Ezekiel realized this when he looked around his home and realized how much space he no longer needed. The extra bedrooms, the backyard that required constant maintenance, the rooms filled with belongings he rarely used, all of it was weighing him down. After much thought, he made the difficult decision to downsize. It wasn't about losing what he had, it was about gaining peace of mind, saving money, and enjoying a simpler life. Downsizing doesn't always mean moving to a tiny apartment. It could be renting out a spare room, selling that second car that sits unused in the driveway, or even moving to a smaller home or retirement community that offers more amenities and less maintenance. By freeing yourself from the excess space and expenses that come with a larger home, you can redirect your energy toward enjoying life rather than maintaining it. Many seniors also find that smaller homes cost less in utilities, property taxes, and upkeep. These savings can be used for travel, hobbies, or investing in your future. Plus, a more manageable living space often brings a newfound sense of freedom. Without the pressure of constant repairs or overwhelming responsibilities, you'll have more time to do what matters to you. Downsizing isn't about losing, it's about choosing a life that works for you, one that's easier, more affordable, and aligned with your goals in retirement. Ezekiel found that by simplifying his living situation, he could put more focus on things he truly cared about, like spending quality time with his family and focusing on his health. Have you ever considered downsizing? Or perhaps you've already made the decision to simplify your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Downsizing might be one of the most empowering steps you can take toward a more fulfilling and stress-free retirement. Recommendation 5. Cut hidden expenses. As we age, it's easy to overlook the small expenses that slowly creep up and drain our resources. Subscriptions to services we no longer use, extra insurance policies that no longer serve a purpose, or those little daily purchases. When added together, they can quietly eat away at your retirement savings. Ezekiel realized this when he took a hard look at his finances and discovered that he was paying for things he hadn't even used in years. Ezekiel had been subscribed to several streaming services he rarely watched, a magazine subscription that was now gathering dust, and a gym membership that he hadn't stepped foot in for months. These seemed like minor costs on their own, but when added up, they represented a chunk of money that could be better spent elsewhere. He also had multiple insurance policies that overlapped and didn't offer any added benefit. Realizing how much these small, hidden expenses were costing him, Ezekiel decided to make some changes. The first step was to cancel or downsize the subscriptions he no longer needed. Instead of holding on to a dozen streaming services, he chose one that suited his needs and saved himself a monthly fee. He also stopped the magazine subscription and switched to free online resources for exercise. Ezekiel reviewed his insurance policies and found that consolidating them saved him hundreds of dollars a year. Cutting these hidden expenses didn't just help him save money, it gave him peace of mind. By focusing on what truly mattered, Ezekiel was able to redirect those funds toward more meaningful investments, whether it was increasing his savings or investing in his health. It's often the small, recurring charges that we forget about, things like online memberships, unused warranties, or even redundant insurance policies. These expenses add up over time, and many of them can be eliminated or reduced with a little attention to detail. Have you looked at your monthly expenses lately? What hidden costs could you cut to put more money toward your future? Share your tips and experiences in the comments below. Cutting hidden expenses may seem like a small change, but it can make a big difference in ensuring your retirement stays financially secure and stress-free. Recommendation 6. Use senior discounts and community resources. One of the best-kept secrets to stretching your retirement dollars is taking full advantage of senior discounts and community resources. Many businesses, services, and local programs offer incredible deals specifically for seniors, yet they often go underutilized. By tapping into these discounts, you can save significantly on everyday expenses, healthcare, and even leisure activities. Ezekiel discovered this when he started to actively search for senior discounts and found that even the smallest savings added up over time. Ezekiel's first win came when he signed up for a senior membership at his local grocery store. Not only did he receive discounts on his weekly groceries, but he was also invited to special sales events that were exclusive to members. It felt like a simple change, but it started to make a real difference in his budget. He also discovered that many local restaurants, movie theaters, and museums offered discounts to seniors. By planning ahead, he could enjoy nights out and entertainment without breaking the bank. In addition to these discounts, many cities and towns have community programs designed to help seniors reduce costs. Healthcare programs, subsidized public transportation, meal delivery services, and tax relief initiatives are often available, but many seniors don't know about them. Ezekiel's town offered a low-cost transportation service for seniors who had trouble getting around, which he started using to save on gas and avoid parking fees. But it's not just about shopping or transportation. Many seniors can benefit from free or low-cost services like wellness checkups, legal advice, or home maintenance programs. Ezekiel learned about a local program that provided assistance with basic home repairs, which allowed him to take care of small maintenance tasks around the house without hiring expensive contractors. The key to saving money as a senior is to be proactive. Take the time to research senior discounts, ask local businesses about their offers, and explore community resources that can make a tangible impact on your budget. These programs aren't just for people in need, they are for all seniors, and they can greatly improve your quality of life while helping you save. What's the best discount you've ever found as a senior? Or maybe there's a local resource that's helped you save money. Share your tips in the comments below. Your experiences could help others find great savings too. Taking advantage of these resources is an easy and effective way to put more money back in your pocket and ensure a more secure, enjoyable retirement. Recommendation 7. Start a simple emergency fund. One of the most empowering steps you can take for your financial security in retirement is to build an emergency fund. It doesn't have to be a huge amount right away. Starting small can make a big difference. Even setting aside $20 a week can create a safety cushion that will give you peace of mind and protection against unexpected expenses. Ezekiel learned this lesson the hard way when he faced an unexpected car repair bill that threatened to throw off his finances. But instead of scrambling to find the money, he found comfort knowing he had a small emergency fund set aside from his part-time side job. Building an emergency fund may sound daunting at first, especially when retirement savings can feel like a far-off goal. But the beauty of an emergency fund is that it's there to protect you in the short term, allowing you to handle life's inevitable surprises, whether it's a medical expense, a home repair, or an urgent travel need, without dipping into your retirement savings or going into debt. Ezekiel made the decision to set aside a portion of his part-time income each week. He started small, saving just $20 from each paycheck. It didn't feel like much at first, but over time, it added up, and he soon had a small cushion that helped him avoid financial stress when the unexpected came up. Knowing that he had that money saved gave him confidence and allowed him to stay focused on his long-term financial goals. Starting an emergency fund is simple, and it doesn't need to be overwhelming. Even if you can only save a small amount each week, that's still progress. The key is consistency. By making it a habit to put aside a little bit of money regularly, you'll create a financial safety net that will give you more freedom to enjoy your retirement without the worry of unexpected costs derailing your plans. Have you started an emergency fund yet? What's the first thing you would use it for if you had one? Share your experiences in the comments below. It's never too late to take control of your financial future, and starting with small steps today can lead to big peace of mind tomorrow. Recommendation 8. Secure affordable healthcare. Healthcare can be one of the biggest concerns in retirement, especially when the costs of medical care continue to rise. But with the right planning, it doesn't have to drain your savings. One of the most important steps you can take is choosing the right Medicare plan or supplemental coverage to ensure you're not paying more than you need to. Ezekiel learned this when he began researching the various options available to seniors for health insurance. At first, he was overwhelmed by the complexity of Medicare, but once he understood the different plans and their benefits, he was able to find one that covered his needs without breaking the bank. Medicare can be confusing, with options like Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, and Medicare Part D to consider. It's crucial to take the time to carefully review each plan and evaluate what makes the most sense for your health needs and budget. Ezekiel worked with an advisor to help him navigate the options and ultimately selected a Medicare Advantage plan that included extra benefits like dental and vision coverage, which were important to him. This helped him avoid out-of-pocket costs that could have added up quickly over time. In addition to Medicare, many seniors can benefit from exploring community health clinics or other affordable healthcare services that cater specifically to older adults. These clinics often offer lower-cost medical care, including preventive services, screenings, and basic healthcare needs, without the high price tag of traditional private care. Ezekiel found a local clinic that offered discounted rates for routine checkups, helping him stay on top of his health without the fear of huge medical bills. It's also essential to plan for any long-term care needs, whether it's through long-term care insurance, savings, or exploring Medicaid if you qualify. Having a strategy for healthcare costs can relieve much of the stress that comes with aging, knowing that you're covered in the event of illness or injury. Have you taken a look at your healthcare coverage options? What's the most valuable benefit you wish you had included in your Medicare plan? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Securing affordable healthcare is one of the most important steps you can take to ensure that your retirement is financially and physically secure. Recommendation 9. Stay away from debt traps. When retirement hits, the last thing you want is to be trapped in debt. Unfortunately, many seniors are targeted by predatory lenders offering quick solutions to immediate financial problems, such as payday loans or high-interest credit cards. These short-term fixes may seem tempting when you're facing an unexpected expense, but they often come with long-term consequences that can seriously hurt your financial security. Ezekiel came close to falling into this trap himself when he considered taking out a payday loan to cover an emergency bill. At first, it seemed like the easy answer. The loan promised fast cash with minimal paperwork, but Ezekiel soon realized that the high interest rates and fees would leave him in a worse financial position than before. Payday loans, in particular, can be incredibly dangerous. While they might provide fast cash, the fees quickly accumulate, often leaving borrowers stuck in a cycle of debt. The longer you wait to pay off a payday loan, the more you end up owing, and many people find themselves having to take out another loan just to cover the previous one. Before long, what seemed like a small, manageable amount to borrow becomes an unpayable mountain of debt. Ezekiel recognized that taking this route would only worsen his financial situation, and he decided to explore other options. Instead of relying on quick loans, Ezekiel looked into more sustainable ways to manage his expenses. He focused on cutting unnecessary costs, exploring community resources, and seeking financial assistance where it was available. By taking a step back and evaluating all his options, he was able to avoid the debt trap and make decisions that would protect his financial future. It's crucial for seniors to be cautious of any offers that promise quick fixes or too good to be true loans. While these options may seem appealing in the moment, they can end up causing more harm than good. When you're faced with a financial challenge, take the time to consider all your options, whether it's looking into emergency assistance programs, negotiating with creditors, or seeking help from trusted financial advisors. Have you ever faced a situation where debt seemed like the only option? What steps did you take to avoid falling into a debt trap? Share your experiences in the comments below. It's never too late to take control of your financial future, and staying away from debt traps is one of the most important ways to protect your peace of mind and financial health. Recommendation 10. Try micro-investing options. When it comes to investing, many seniors may feel like it's too late to start or that they don't have enough money to make it worthwhile. However, micro-investing offers a simple, low-barrier way to grow wealth over time, even with small amounts of money. Ezekiel discovered this strategy when he realized that investing just $50 a month could make a significant impact on his financial future, without requiring large sums of money upfront. Micro-investing platforms allow you to invest small amounts regularly, making it easier to build wealth without needing a lot of initial capital. Whether it's through apps that round up your purchases and invest the spare change, or using platforms that allow you to invest in fractional shares of stocks, these tools make it possible for anyone, even on a fixed income, to start building an investment portfolio. Ezekiel started with a basic micro-investing app, where he invested just $50 a month. At first, it didn't seem like much, but he was surprised at how quickly it added up. The beauty of micro-investing is the power of consistency. Over time, small contributions can grow, especially when reinvested. This strategy takes advantage of the long-term growth of stocks or other investments, which, over years, can result in significant returns. Even with modest monthly contributions, you can start seeing the effects of compound growth. For Ezekiel, watching his small investments grow over time gave him a sense of control and hope for the future. Beyond the financial benefits, microinvesting is also a great way to stay engaged in the market. It encourages you to learn more about different investment opportunities and build a strategy that aligns with your goals and risk tolerance. Even if you're not a financial expert, starting small with a platform you trust allows you to ease into the world of investing without overwhelming yourself. If you've been thinking about investing but felt discouraged by the idea of needing large sums, microinvesting might be the perfect solution. Just $50 a month is a manageable amount for most seniors, and it can lead to substantial growth over time. What do you think? Have you ever tried microinvesting? Or do you have any concerns about getting started? Share your thoughts in the comments below. It's never too late to begin, and every small step can bring you closer to financial security. Recommendation 11. Consider reverse mortgages cautiously. A reverse mortgage can be a powerful financial tool for seniors, especially those who own their home and have significant equity. It allows you to convert part of your home's equity into cash without having to sell the property. This option can provide extra income, help cover unexpected expenses, or even support your lifestyle during retirement. However, it's not a decision to take lightly, and it should never be your first option. Ezekiel learned this when he considered a reverse mortgage as a potential way to ease his financial strain. But after doing thorough research, he decided to explore other strategies first. The primary advantage of a reverse mortgage is that it allows homeowners aged 62 and older to tap into the equity they've built over the years, providing extra funds without needing to make monthly payments. The loan is repaid when the homeowner moves out, sells the home, or passes away. For many seniors, this can be an attractive option to supplement retirement income. Ezekiel was initially intrigued by the idea of using his home's value to create a financial cushion, especially when faced with the challenge of limited savings. However, Ezekiel soon realized that there are important risks and considerations. One of the biggest drawbacks of a reverse mortgage is that it reduces the equity in your home, which could affect your heirs. When the loan is due, the amount you owe, including interest and fees, can exceed the initial value of the loan, leaving little for your children or other beneficiaries. Additionally, reverse mortgages come with fees, and you must continue to maintain the property, pay property taxes, and cover insurance, or risk losing the home. Ezekiel also learned that reverse mortgages often carry higher interest rates than traditional home loans, and they can be more complicated than they initially appear. After weighing these factors, Ezekiel decided to hold off on a reverse mortgage and pursue other strategies for generating income and securing his retirement. He focused on building an emergency fund, exploring part-time work, and seeking professional financial advice to explore safer options. A reverse mortgage can be a lifeline for some, but it's essential to approach it with caution. It should only be considered after carefully weighing all other options and consulting with a trusted advisor. Ezekiel's decision to take his time and explore alternatives shows the importance of fully understanding the potential long-term impact of a reverse mortgage. Have you considered a reverse mortgage, or are you currently weighing the pros and cons? What questions or concerns do you have about this option? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Always make sure you're fully informed before taking any major financial step, and remember that there's no rush. Explore all your options before making a decision. Recommendation 12. Leave a legacy beyond money. When we think of leaving a legacy, the first thing that often comes to mind is passing down financial assets, whether it's savings, property, or investments. But one of the most valuable gifts you can leave behind is not money, but wisdom. The life lessons, experiences, and values you've accumulated over the years are priceless, and they can have a lasting impact on future generations. Ezekiel discovered this truth when he began recording stories for his grandchildren, not just to share his past, but to leave them with a deeper understanding of the principles and wisdom that shaped his life. Ezekiel wanted his grandchildren to know more than just facts about their family's history. He wanted them to understand the lessons he had learned from overcoming challenges, the values that had guided him, and the way he had navigated difficult times. So, he started recording stories, some funny, some serious, that illustrated important lessons about perseverance, kindness, gratitude, and responsibility. These stories were not about leaving them wealth, but about leaving them a foundation to build their own lives upon. As he recorded his stories, Ezekiel realized that what he was passing down was far more valuable than any material possession. His grandchildren wouldn't remember the specific dollar amounts in a will, but they would remember the stories about how he overcame adversity, how he treated others with respect, and how he cherished every moment with his family. These life lessons would stay with them, shaping their character and guiding their decisions long after he was gone. Leaving a legacy of values and life lessons can also be a source of comfort for your family. When you pass on your knowledge and wisdom, it helps to ensure that your legacy lives on in ways that matter. It's about passing the torch of personal growth and resilience, not just wealth. You don't have to be wealthy to leave a meaningful legacy. What truly matters is the impact you've had on the people around you. Have you thought about the legacy you want to leave behind? What stories or life lessons would you want to pass down? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Starting to record your stories, write a letter, or even create a family journal can be a powerful way to leave a lasting impact on your loved ones, one that they can carry with them for generations to come. Ezekiel's journey has been one of transformation, from a place of fear, uncertainty, and financial stress to a place of empowerment, clarity, and hope. At the beginning of his retirement, Ezekiel felt overwhelmed. Like many others, he faced the harsh reality of limited savings and a future that seemed uncertain. The thought of relying on others or struggling financially kept him up at night. But as he took the necessary steps, whether it was exploring flexible work, leveraging his skills, optimizing his social security benefits, or cutting hidden expenses, he began to take control of his financial destiny. Ezekiel's story shows us that no matter how late it may seem, it's never too late to make meaningful changes. His decisions weren't based on what he had in his bank account, they were based on the choices he made each day to take small, actionable steps toward building a better, more secure future. Through patience, planning, and the courage to seek help when needed, Ezekiel took back his financial independence and found peace of mind. The core message here is simple. At 60, your story isn't defined by your bank account but by the choices you make starting today. Whether you're facing challenges or simply looking to make smarter financial decisions, the future is still in your hands. You don't have to be wealthy to live a rich life. By taking charge, you can create a retirement filled with confidence, peace, and freedom. If Ezekiel's journey gave you hope, if it reminded you that it's never too late to start fresh, then I encourage you to tap like. It tells YouTube that this message matters. Share this video with a friend or loved one who might need some encouragement, and subscribe to Retirement Freedom and Wealth Advice for Elderly for more practical tips and empowering stories. Your future doesn't have to be uncertain. Your freedom starts now. Let's make this journey together, one decision at a time.